Bill Steffen, and hey, it's almost the weekend here, and we got a great weekend coming up. A little bit on the cool side, but boy, if you like winter sports, ski resorts still have plenty of snow out there, and they're going to groom things up for another great weekend here. And we've had a lot of those here since since January. Cloud cover, March 6th, 2025, on Thursday, right about midday, we had a cloud line right over the mid part of the lake. And as temperatures warmed up aloft, plus the fact that we had drier air moving in, this cloud line moved east, the clouds broke up, and all of us saw lots of sunshine here during the mid to late afternoon. So it turned out to be a pretty good day. If you're looking at that picture there, the satellite picture shows snow on the ground north and west of Milwaukee, but not really in the Chicago area. And you can see over Michigan here, we had the low clouds, those gray stratus clouds. I call this type of day a stratus quo. Well, let's take a look now at some snowfall totals from the UP. Most snow was at the Marquette Airport, where they had 20.8 inches, most of that coming in less than a day. And I thought it was interesting. Look at this. It's the seventh heaviest March snowfall, which means they've had 6 March snowfalls heavier than 20.8 inches. It's something to live up there in the Marquette area. 20 inches at Mount Avron. I think that's the highest point in upper Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. Harvey, which is right near Marquette, had 20 inches. Herman is a little tiny town west of Marquette. There's been an observer there by the name of Leonard Lottie, and I met him once. I drove up to Herman just to see what was up there. Down on the bottom, 15 inches fell at Ironwood and 13.5 inches at Houghton. You probably know where they are. We didn't get the snow. We got the rain because it was too warm down here. And Ludington with over an inch of rain. Grand Rapids, if that were heavy wet snow, that would have been about 9 inches of snow. And if that were dry powdery snow, that could have been 15 or 16 inches of snow. So because we're up in the March and not April, I'm on an April fixation here. Because it's into March now, and the average temperatures are 10 degrees warmer than mid-January, we're seeing this precipitation fall as rain. Well, let's go on here now and talk about what's ahead here for us. A dry pattern for the next 5 days. Very, very little in the way of precipitation here, right on through about Tuesday of next week. Could see some rain Wednesday of next week. We're going to see some sunshine around here, more on than off over the next 5 days, which is kind of neat. Cool and pleasant weather is expected here for the coming weekend. And could we see our first 60-degree day next week? I'm a little bit more optimistic than some of the weather models, but as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, we may very well see a little bit of 60-degree air getting up as far as southern Michigan. Time to take a little time out right now and listen to our sponsor.
Need a fast, efficient, and affordable cleaning service? Complete Care Concierge has you covered. Serving all of West Michigan, we offer one-time, daily, weekly, and bi-weekly cleans, plus move in, move out. We also service apartment hallways and laundry rooms. Our work is guaranteed, gift cards are available, and we even clean on weekends. There's no better way to say I love you than giving a tired mom a break from dishes and laundry. Are you a busy professional? Pamper yourself by taking vacuuming and dusting off your plate. Office manager, keep your business looking and feeling its very best. Call 616-264-1397 today for a spotless space and total peace of mind.
Yeah, you ought to be thinking about that because it's spring cleaning time around here. Well, let's move on and take a look at what's ahead here for us over the next several days. 72-hour snowfall. There's a snowstorm that's coming out of the west, and you can see it's producing 6 inches of snow there west of Des Moines along Interstate 80. There could be some problems there. But you can see how that kind of weakens as it comes east. By the time it reaches northwest Ohio, it's pretty much fizzled to nothing. And so if you're traveling to Chicago here during the day tomorrow, beware of the fact there could be a couple of inches of snow. I think most of that will melt on the expressways, but it's not impossible that it could be snowing heavy enough during the midday period even that there could be a slick spot on some of those side streets and rural roads. Today's weather, well, up in the upper 30s here. I look for partly sunny skies north of Grand Rapids. It'll be mostly cloudy when you get down toward I-94, and there is a chance that there'll be a period of light snow as you head south of Kent County, but it really wouldn't amount to much of anything here. Wind's not an issue, 5 to 15 miles an hour, probably closer to the 5 miles an hour in the morning, and it may get up around 10 to 15 during the afternoon. Humidity not terribly high, despite the fact that there may be a little bit of snow down toward the Indiana border, but certainly cooler than we've been here, with temperatures today stuck in the mid to upper 30s. High temperatures here over the next couple of days across the country. You can see warmer air to our south. We're at 39 here today, but you can see St. Louis at 66. So if you want to grab the golf clubs and head down there, you'd probably play without a jacket on. It certainly going to be a warm day, and that wedge of warm air goes all the way down into Texas. Cool in Arizona. Look at that. Temperatures only in the 50s in Phoenix, and they're going to be seeing some rain showers. It's been a dry winter out there, and I'm sure they'll appreciate what rain they get here. Then we move on and take a look at Saturday, and you see temperatures here a couple degrees warmer. We should make it back up around 40 degrees here come Saturday afternoon, and the warmer air shoved a little bit farther down to the south. Michelle, look at Birmingham there again, 70 degrees, another nice day. There should be some flowers and buds coming out there across the south with that warmer air. So we'll take a look at the 5-day forecast here for today. Southern areas, I-94 south could see a period of snow, especially over towards Chicago, and west along I-80 through Iowa. There'll be some snow problems there to deal with. But look at the sunshine, partly to mostly sunny skies here for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Look at that. Temperatures warming up. We'll see readings up into the low 40s at least on Sunday, low 50s on Monday, and up into the upper 50s here during the day on Tuesday. Latest long-range outlooks, as temperatures here are slightly warmer than average for the period the 14th through the 20th. I think we get a pretty good storm system in the plain states here, not this weekend, but next weekend. That could bring us a round of showers and thunder showers. And it could bring us some rather windy conditions, warm out ahead of it, but then cooler weather to follow as we move towards St. Patrick's Day.
You know, I heard they're saying maybe a storm for Birmingham Saturday night.
Yep. And
which I work Saturday night. And when that happens, then I'm stuck at work until the last plane comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So not looking good for church Sunday. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I was going to say, Michelle is in the choir, so we can watch her here from our computers.
If I make it. The latest I've ever been there is 5:30 in the morning, so work can go pretty late sometimes.
Mm-hmm. You have all the instruments to play there too. You got the trombone.
I get that from you. The late nights at work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Worked a lot of late nights there, but that's okay. Weather goes on 24/7. You got to have somebody there.
I like the peaceful drives home. The peaceful drive home when there's no traffic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to remember that. Really not much in the way of traffic, except for the start of deer season. I remember going home early morning on the 15th of November, and there would be a ton of pickup trucks heading north.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in one of the comments on one of the videos, someone said that Glen, Michigan never gets any love from meteorologists. So, Glen, Michigan, today is your day. Literally, there's the love. So, there's Glen, Michigan, and I looked it up, and it's called Pancake Town, USA, because in 1937, there were some travelers. A storm came up because back then it was the road that you took to go from Chicago into Michigan.
You know, we still have Chicago Drive that goes southwest of Grand Rapids toward Hudsonville and Zeeland.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So about 200 tourists were stuck there for a couple days, and all they had to feed them was pancakes. So it became Pancake Town, USA, and there used to be a queen. I looked online, and it doesn't sound like they still have the queen anymore, but they should.
Mm-hmm.
So, Glen, Michigan, you need to bring back your pancake queen because that should be a whole thing.
Do we have a pancake festival anywhere else? I'm trying to think if we have a. I mean, we have the Waffle Houses, the Waffle House restaurants, but growing up we had the Pancake House in Wilmette, Illinois, when I was there, and they had a great pancakes there. I saw a guy once in a tuxedo that hit a German pancake went over the edge of the plate, and the guy went down with his fork and missed the plate, and the entire plate came up into his face, and then all that lemon and honey and everything went right down his tuxedo.
You know, we haven't done a show yet on defunct Grand Rapids restaurants, but when we do, one of them is going to be the Clock Tower.
Yeah, right.
That's what it was called, or just the Clock?
The Clock, the restaurant on Alpine.
Yeah.
Everything on Alpine has changed. We used to have Sia's, which was south of 3 Mile Road. We used to have Village Inn Pizza. Remember that? And then
not everything. Russ's is still there. Russ's will never let you down.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think. Granny's on 28th Street. And the high school girl would dress up as Granny and wave at everybody going by.
Okay, so real quick, girls basketball playoffs, we promised, and it's still an early round, so there's still a lot of teams in it. So Zeeland West over Zeeland East, Sparta, Grand Rapids Christian, Mona Shores, Rockford, Kennewa Hills, Hudsonville, Northview, Forest Hills Northern, East Kentwood, Big Rapids, Fremont, and other teams, West Michigan Christian, Grand Rapids Christian, I think I just mentioned, South Christian, Holland Christian, South Haven, Hart, Calvin Christian, North Point Christian, woo. So congratulations to all those teams and good luck in your next games. Okay. All right. And here we are after that break that we just took because Dad didn't plug his computer in and his battery died. Welcome back.
Thank you. You're talking to me. Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Welcome back. Okay, so we were talking about Michigan State basketball, which is having a great year. They're going to at least share the 2025 Big Ten championship. And as we're recording this, they're playing tonight. So they may win it outright, but they're going to at least share.
Yes, and their coach will be the coach of the year in the Big Ten. No doubt about that. They were forecast to be an average team, and there they are right at the top of the heap.
All right.
Along with Michigan State, Wisconsin, and I think Purdue. Those four teams are 1, 2, 3, 4, somewhere like that.
You know, I can't think of Michigan State basketball without thinking of the bar exam.
Oh.
Because they administered the exam, or at least they did when I took it in 2007 on the floor of the Breslin Center.
In the Breslin Center, yeah.
In right in the middle of it, they just put row after row of tables, and you line up and stare at each other, and it's the most stressful way to be in that arena, I'm sure.
But you did so well.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that's fun once.
Yeah, right. You studied a long time for that test.
Yeah, it's got to be easier the second time. I've thought about doing it in Alabama, but why? I don't know that I'd want to practice. We're having so much fun making YouTube videos.
What you do is on online from home, so you can do that from just about anywhere. I mean, you write articles from Panama and Serbia and wherever else you travel to.
I've never been to Serbia, but it's on my list.
Slovakia?
Yes, I've been to Slovakia.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay, so here is your Michigan State trivia. In what year did Tom Izzo become the head coach of Michigan State?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'll say 1989.
Close. Add a few. 1995.
Oh, I thought he went back even a little farther than that. But yeah, he's been there forever because
he was an assistant first. I think you're thinking of the period where he was also an assistant, which would have been about right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So not bad.
Great
Partial
coach.
Credit.
He did a speech for me when I was on the Boy Scout Eagle Scout Committee, and we had him do a speech at Nodos. And he did not charge anything, nor did he want any money for travel or anything like that. So,
according to the Wikipedia article that I just read, he's got a 5-year contract for over $6 million a year. So I think he's good on speech fees.
I think so. Yeah, he's a great coach. He's done Michigan State proud.
Yeah. Okay, so here's your next question. He played college basketball. Who did he play for? I'll give you a hint. Michigan team in the state of Michigan.
Was it? It wasn't Michigan or Michigan State, though.
No.
Was it somewhere up north?
Very good.
Like Michigan Tech.
Northern Michigan.
Northern Michigan. Yeah. Okay. Because I know he's from the UP. And he is great at shooting free throws. If you ever watch him shoot free throws, he'll just nail one after another. He's like an 80% free throw shooter. Pretty amazing.
All right. So we talked about this yesterday. Layoffs from Scripps, which is the company that owns Channel 17. And I think we've got enough sources now that we are comfortable saying that Channel 17 was affected by those layoffs.
Right. And the number is 10 to 12 from what I've been able to hear. The buzz around.
And it's crazy how much disruption is happening in business and employment. It is going to be a wild year.
I got in at the right time. I think I got out at the right time. But There's a lot of younger people aren't watching the 6 o'clock news like their parents and grandparents did. They've moved over to the web. It's not that they don't care about getting information, but they've moved over to the web.
And not even in just media, although that's certainly been very disrupted, but lots of industries. Like
And
times like this, I'm grateful that I've got two separate careers going.
right, and this could be number 3 if this were to ever take off.
Maybe someday.
You
So
never
if
know.
anyone's watching this that has been affected, if you want to come on our show and spill the tea, please email us.
We'll check out everything to make sure it's above board. But,
There's no challenging questions here at billsteffen.com.
I have heard they laid off their sports department, so they will not be doing as much in the way of. Or I guess they'll probably have a news anchor reading sports or something like that.
But you need photographers.
Yeah.
So I remember back when the Cubs won the World Series, there were 2 newspapers that reported it, and I'm not going to remember which ones, but one used a professional photographer and the other didn't. And the difference in the photo quality was stunning.
Wow.
And
Amazing.
it just illustrated
what
Chicago
you get when you was a big newspaper in Chicago when I was a kid. I'm guessing it still is now. And of course, Tribune was the parent company of WXMI here in Grand Rapids before they sold out to Scripps.
No, fun fact.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so what a difference when you invest in professionals to do the job well, as opposed to just doing the job. Just the difference in the quality of photographs from the World Series and the shots that they had in their papers the next day was stunning.
When we cover high school football on a Friday night, every available camera goes out to shoot a game with everybody that's able to shoot a game, including all 3 of our sports anchors will be out shooting games. And it is a mad rush to get video back to the station, either by satellite or microwave link, and then to get it edited and get it ready for TV and get all the names right and everything.
And I do think there's always going to be a market for local news and information that you can't get anywhere, but how will that be produced and how will it be received?
Right. Well, maybe on the internet. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So another business closing to talk about. On the Border closed in Holland as part of a bankruptcy filing for that chain. The location in Grand Rapids, I think there's 2 in West Michigan that are still open. 3 other locations closed in Michigan. So that's a shame. They've got good guacamole.
Restaurant business overall is down just a bit because it's more expensive. And people have a limited amount of money to eat out.
And when you need to cut expenses, that's an easy one to go.
Rare instance for me, but we've been out the past couple of nights. We went the first walk a couple nights ago, and then last night to Noto's down 28th Street. I was already down there at 28th Street, so we got there like at 4 o'clock, and it was very nice, romantic. I told Gail that we were on a date again. How about that? It's like we're back in college.
Noto's, where I played the piano in high school. That was my Friday night gig.
What was the biggest tip you had there?
I think I got a 20 once.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so some good news to actually report on. There is a new cocktail lounge going in the Bob. It's called Ashton. It will be open on the weekends and available for special events. So I found something that's actually opening instead of closing, so I thought we all needed to know.
All right, sounds good. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay, so that got me thinking about the Bob, and here we're allowed to follow all of our rabbit trails. So the Bob was constructed in 1903, and it was a grocery warehouse. Dad, in what year did the Bob become the Bob? And I remember that this
by the way, do you know what the Bob stands for?
Big old building?
Big old building. You are right.
So this is in the era where I was still living in Grand Rapids at home and paying attention. So if that helps your timeline at all.
Okay, yeah, I would say probably late 90s, something like that. Sound close?
1997.
1997, not bad.
Yep.
Yeah. So, that's interesting. Downtown has changed quite a bit in just the time that I've been here. The Amway put up the second tower there just before I got here, but we have Plaza Towers now and River House. Grand Rapids Press used to be there on Michigan Avenue, and the Medical Mile is built up. So Grand Rapids has really been moving forward.
And DeVos Place and Van Andel Arena going in.
That's right. I remember the old Civic Auditorium.
Mm-hmm. And they did renovations. I want to say that Meyer sponsored the renovations at the Civic. Am I making that up?
I would have to check on that. I really don't
Yeah.
know.
But so many community members that have donated so much to the livelihood of Grand
There
Rapids.
is. Grand Rapids has had a core of philanthropists who have really helped the city
Mm-hmm.
and are still doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, philanthropists, if you're out there watching this, thanks. So, I wore your shirt to the gym.
I saw that. Isn't that nice?
Yep.
Those are still
It doesn't make any
available.
sense in Alabama where there are no blizzards and you're not
You
a
had
public
a
figure
blizzard.
here, but
I think it was March 13th, 1993, and that was about the only one I can remember in Birmingham. Birmingham had over a foot of snow. It was like 13 inches. That was called the superstorm. It snowed 4 or 5 inches down along the Gulf at Defuniak Springs, Florida, and as much as 48 inches in the Grandfather Mountain area of North Carolina in the Smokies. I was wondering where you were going. Maybe.
No, I was listening. Ollie was listening too. Ollie says hi. He comes to sit by me now because now he knows this is the spot where he gets treats.
Yeah. Hi, Ollie.
So
looking
yeah,
around
he's
for
good.
me. Yeah, our cats were all asleep when I was upstairs the last time I saw them, and they're all sleeping together on the sofa. They'll appear to be fighting, and then all of a sudden the two of them are just laying there together, or they're all looking out the window. They like watching the squirrels and the birds outside.
Yeah.
Good entertainment.
All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yep. Thanks so much for sticking with us here, and I hope you have yourself a great weekend, everybody.